Oh, just want to say again, good morning. Florida, Louisiana, that's fabulous to see. I think I saw Illinois and Wisconsin. I think I saw Massachusetts. So really welcome to everyone from both near and far, people here in the Mankato area and people who are attending from all across the country. So we really appreciate that. That's wonderful. So what we want to do this morning is obviously welcome you to the Deep Valley Book Festival. Maybe you've been with us before. We did have a virtual festival last August. Clearly, when everything had to go virtual, that's also what we did. But prior to that, we generally have a book festival. I think for the last 4 years, we've had a book festival in person in Mankato, the first Saturday of October. So perhaps if you're in the Mankato area, you've been involved in that or have come to that. We are planning that again for this coming October, fingers crossed that we can start to have those type of events in person again in what is that, 7 months from now. That would be really great. So, but hopefully we can also do something like this as well to keep all of you attendees who aren't in Minnesota still involved and still be able to be part of the festival. So I just want to show you a little bit of how you are going to navigate the festival this weekend, where you can find things. I just want to point out particular parts of the website for you. So I think I'm going to share my screen just so I can show you the website, which I assume many of you probably have already seen because you're here. So this was the place where you registered and that kind of thing. So if you go to the book festival, you can see it here. We have several links here at the top that you can go to. So I just really want to point out the author directory. If you're going to be going to panels today and tomorrow or workshops, you're going to see a lot of authors, are going to be part of those panels and they're going to be giving the workshops, but not every author is part of a panel. Not every author is doing some kind of event over the weekend. So I would just really want you to navigate to the author directory and check out all of the different authors we have. We have our keynote authors featured there, both Margie, who's our keynote for this weekend, and Will Weaver, who is our keynote speaker for our live edition or our in-person edition in October that we have planned. So you can see we have several authors here. I mean, just a really, really nice lineup of authors. And so if you click on their picture, you'll get taken to their page where you can read about their books and the type of books that they have, links to the books. So we really encourage you to spend some time there, just seeing who the different authors are that we have at our book festival. I also want to point out the shop link. So this is where you can go and shop books at the festival. So if you know of a particular author that you want to check out their books, just again go back to that author directory. You'll be taken directly to where you can buy their books, and these books are sold directly from the authors. However the author wants to sell the books is the situation there. So some sell it through their own website, some do link to Amazon. Some do link to more independent presses or independent bookstore sites that sell their books. And so if you do buy a book from an author, just know that it is directly supporting the author. At the Deep Valley Book Festival, we don't get any cut or anything like that. So it is a really great way to work directly with the authors and really support them for the books that they're putting out there. We also will be doing book giveaways. I think I'll just stop my sharing screen now because I don't need to show that anymore. But we'll be doing book giveaways for each session. So you have to be present to win. We will be drawing names at the end of each session. So just know that if you're in a session and you're there, that your name will be put into a drawing, and it'll always be books. So we'll be giving books away at every session. I do want to mention becoming a festival friend. So we do have a lot of support from the community, from both businesses and individuals, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But there are ways for individuals to help support us and help support our mission of connecting readers and writers, both here in the Southern Minnesota community and obviously beyond when we are going virtual. So we're a nonprofit, or we act like a nonprofit. We have a fiscal agent that helps us do that. So as a nonprofit, we don't make any profit, clearly. So we really are dependent on sponsorships, on grants to help run the festival. Our expenses, are fairly minimal, but in terms of paying our keynote authors, paying for the venue when we are live. We also have the Young Writers and Artists contest where we give out cash prizes. And so we really like to support the youth who are future writers and future illustrators. And so we want to recognize their work with the cash prizes. And so those are the type of expenses that we have that just go directly back into supporting the festival. So we do have an opportunity for individuals to support us by becoming a festival friend. So for just $25, you can become a festival friend. And we recognize you, we recognize your name, you're listed on our website. And the nice thing is this particular weekend, if you are a festival friend, your name will be put into a drawing for the grand prize, which is a bag of books, a huge bag of books that have been donated by festival authors. So the last time I checked, we have $300 worth of books that you would be in the running for. And right now we have relatively few festival friends. So your chances would be pretty good if this is something that you want to do. So if you want to do this, just go to the website. It's under that shop link that I had shown earlier, and you can do a checkout right there for the $25 to become a festival friend. If you do that by noon tomorrow, then your name will be put into that drawing that we'll do at 5:30 tomorrow evening. And for that, you don't have to be present to win. We recognize that can be difficult sometimes. So as long as you're a festival friend, we'll put your name in the drawing and you'll have a chance to win all of those books. So we would really appreciate that kind of support, and definitely wanted to provide some kind of incentive for you to help support the book festival and our mission, like I said. Speaking of festival friends, I would like to give a shout out to the people so far who have been festival friends. So we sincerely appreciate their support that they've given us. We have Michelle Blake and Sandy Garlow, Joanne Griebel, Christine Linke, Deborah Marr, Myrna Mibus, Rebecca Novak, and Helen Holder. So thank you again for becoming a festival friend. I'd also like to thank our sponsors. So our sponsorships are really important to keep this festival running. Our official sponsor is Minnesota Heritage Publishing, and our official media sponsor is Free Press Media. The Blue Earth County Historical Society is also a sponsor, along with Fox Point Publishing, J Graphics, Inc. We also have support from grants. And so we have support from the Minnesota State Arts Board. And so I just want to recognize that this activity is made possible by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board, thanks to a legislative appropriation from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. We also have many in-kind sponsors: MankatoLife.com, Wink, Where Women Talk, the GSR Fine Arts Festival, South Central Service Cooperative, and By All Means Graphics and Printing. I also do want to mention our upcoming 6th edition festival, October 2nd, which I had talked about earlier. So mark your calendars for that. Whether you're in the Mankato area or not, there would be ways to get involved with that. So we are planning for that October 2nd date. And along with that is when we will have the Young Writers and Artists contest. That is a contest that we've had every year that we've had the festival. It's really a lot of fun to see submissions from the young writers and artists in our community. So I would really appreciate it if you know of young people, whether you have kids or grandkids or nieces and nephews and neighbors or that kind of thing. Anyone from ages 7 to 17 is eligible to enter. And so they can either write a story based on the theme for this year, which I believe is friendship, Or for the illustration, they would illustrate a scene from their favorite book. So again, just really encourage the young people in your life to be involved in that. Again, there's prizes in the different age categories. And you can find the forms for the entry forms are on our website. So again, just go to the website and you'd be able to find the form to download and all of the information there of where your young person can send that. So we would really like to see that. I think that is all of the announcements I had listed, but I would love to entertain questions, and maybe Danelle's been looking at the questions and can help me out there, but I see one just right there from Melinda. Yes, young writers from anywhere. It's because they just mail in their entry. So they can be from anywhere in the country or the world. So yes, even if you're not in Minnesota, please spread the word. We'd appreciate that. Any other questions that I should know about? If you have a question, you can certainly pop it into the chat and we'll see it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any other ones in the chat. So yeah, sorry, I'm not being able to get video. Can't join you, Rachel.
Oh, maybe because you're not the host. Well, let me fix that. I know I got promoted to host.
Oh.
So okay, well, I'll make you host. Make host. Oh, I'll make you co-host.
Now that you've gotten through most of the announcements.
Yeah. Can you? There you are.
All right.
Very good. Nice to see you. Yeah. Yes. Any questions? A technical question it looks on? Oh, that's a good question, Myrna. Thank you for being honest, Myrna, because you may be in your pajamas. Not that I can think of. I think that everything will be like this, where you are there in the chat, but we won't see your video. Right, Danelle?
Yep, right. Yeah. Yep. You'll get to see the different panelists and authors and things.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And Kristen, for the October Festival, are you talking about the fee for, I mean, it's free for people to attend. Are you talking about the fee for authors? And if you are, we can get you that information that we do have. You know, if you are interested in being an author at any of our festivals, there is a registration fee there, but free to attend. Absolutely. Yep. Totally free to attend. And Melinda, we are recording. Yes, these will be available. Danelle, do you know, are they on the website or will they be on?
I believe they'll be on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. So maybe a day or two after all the different sessions will be on YouTube. So. Yeah,
but we'll have that link on the website where you could just get over to YouTube. I think that would be helpful. So if that wasn't in the plan, we'll try to make that in the plan where you can easily access our YouTube channel from the Deep Valley Book Festival page. And Hazel, how we got involved in the book festival. A good question. I mean, sometimes it's been many years now. I was involved in the book festival first as an author. You know, I came to be, you know, have an author table. But I know that Julie Schrader, who's the festival coordinator, you know, she was always looking for volunteers and for help. And I think this is just it's a great festival. It's a great cause. You know, I feel really passionate about writing and about reading and about promoting authors. And so it's pretty easy for me to do this just because I really enjoy it so much. And Danelle, I don't know your story.
Yeah, I'm with the Blue Earth County Historical Society, and yeah, kind of in some of the earlier days, we're kind of looking at the festival is kind of looking for some partner organizations. So that's kind of how we got brought in on that. So it's been fun to be a part of the planning committee, and kind of, I think, you know, some of the other committee members are authors as well that have you know, been involved and wanted to kind of help with some of the behind the scenes and planning and everything too. So it's been a fun group.
Yeah, we really appreciate the help from the Historical Society, you know, to act as our fiscal sponsor and take all the mailings for the contests. They're very helpful there.
Yeah, so a little bit of talk with our YouTube too. So with all of the sessions from the October event are still available on our YouTube as well. So a lot of great author content over there. You can just keep the content going all weekend for you. So check that out too. And then, like I said, we'll just kind of keep updating that with the different recordings from this weekend.
Yeah, and share widely. You know, if you see a panel or some kind of talk that you think other people would enjoy, just feel free to pass it along. We'd really appreciate that. Let's see.
There was a question with registration. Yes, so you will need to register for every different session that you want, because we will physically end this meeting on Zoom, and then we'll start another one once because then we can get because we have different panelists and different things kind of coming into each session. It was just easier to do individual sessions rather than just kind of one long meeting all day long. So
yeah. So if you need to look at the schedule yet, if there's sessions that you haven't registered for yet, just go to the schedule, just click on that link to register, just like you did for this one. You know, it's really easy. It's just your name and email address, and then you get that email just automatically sent to you. So
and
you
I think
can
it
really,
even just once you register, it just pops up on the screen too. So you know, if you're
sure.
registering right before, you don't even have to check your email. You just register and then click the join or whatever the button is.
That makes sense. Yeah, it brings you right into it. Yes. Looks like Kirsten put in the link to the YouTube channel, so thanks for that, Kirsten.
You do not have to be registered to watch anything on YouTube. So any recorded sessions, I think, Melinda, I think that's maybe what you're asking. So if you're catching it not live, you can just go to our YouTube channel and find what you want to watch.
Yep. Yeah, we would appreciate that, Melinda. Thank you for the, you know, buying a cup of coffee or cocoa. That's very kind. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Hazel. I've done a few kids' books back in the day. Yeah. All right. Yes, and as Kirsten pointed out, 30 minutes ahead of the session, you can get into the room and just kind of hang out. I think some of you, you know, came into the room early today. That's totally fine. You know, you can just make sure that you're where you need to be and that everything is set up. So yeah, just know that we might not start until the actual time, but you can always come in early and hang out. Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't look like I really have any other questions here. So it looks like we have just a nice group of participants this morning. We really thank you all for joining us here, but we will do our first book giveaway.
Yes, so yeah, well, we've been chatting here. I've been pulling the winners, so we've got them all set and ready to go. So I think if you see your name on this list, we do ask that you send your information to us at contact at, typing it in the chat here as I talk.
Yeah, just
the contact at deepvalleybookfestival.com. So if you see your name as a winner, it just kind of helps us out to kind of get that conversation started. You can just be, hey, I won such and such book. Because then what will happen is we will get your information to the authors, and they will be directly sending you the book. So here is our winners for this morning. So really you can see my screen there. So 4 books and a beautiful tote bag from the book festival. So
yay,
there we are.
Congratulations.
This is the author here. So
yeah, that's
on
great.
The spot.
Yeah, that's great. Again, our authors were very generous. Several of them donated books, and so for the sessions, we generally can have more than one winner. Like we have more than one prize to give out. So this is a nice list. So Christine and Melinda and Nancy and Margaret and Mary Ellen, congratulations. And I think we said, Danelle, too, that you're limited to 2 wins over the weekend, right?
I think we said 2 per day. So
2 per day. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Could be
So,
people's lucky
yeah.
weekend then. You could really clean up. Okay, wonderful. Well, if there's no more questions, then we can wrap it up for the day. At 10 o'clock is our next session, and that is about connecting readers and authors together. It's a panel discussion, so we have several authors who are going to be part of that discussion. So it's just going to be a matter of talking about how do authors find their readers? How do readers find authors? You know, and especially now in the days of social media, being able to reach out to authors and to readers via those various channels. You know, how do authors do it? And what's the best way to do that? So whether you're a writer, whether you're a reader, I think you'll really appreciate that session at 10 o'clock. So we would love to see you there.
And then it looks like the panelists, if you have to do anything special for the waiting room, I think once you join in the call, then kind of from the back end, we can kind of separate the panelists and the attendees. So I think just find that link that was sent to you. I think we got those out to you beforehand as a panelist. So find that. And I know we try to make sure we're like, oh, do a quick head count before we kind of really go live on those panels. So.
All right. Well, thanks everyone. We'll let you go. So have a great day and enjoy the festival.
We'll see you later.